Well, GOP leaders claiming to be extremely close, this close to passing tax reform, with the House expected to pass the bill tomorrow, and the Senate could also follow suit as early as tomorrow as well. But even if Republicans do pass this tax reform and send the bill to the president's desk before Christmas, there's another major hurdle this week, and that's passing a budget before Friday in order to avoid a government shutdown. 5 days left on the calendar. Question, can they pull it off? Here to discuss, Allie Stuckey, the Conservative Millennial blogger, and back with us, Gina Loudon. Allie, what do you think? I think tax reform, let's say we think it's done, but keeping the government open could be a lot harder.
I think they'll definitely keep the government open. Now, given it is not as much of a priority as passing this tax plan, simply because the GOP and Donald Trump absolutely needs this legislative victory going into 2018. Because, quite frankly, the GOP has not proven in 2017 that they are able to lead, even with a majority. So this is a win that they absolutely need. What troubles me, however, is not just the hurdle of the spending bill, but that the majority of Americans, even with all of the good things that we've talked about in this tax plan, the majority of Americans still have a negative view of this tax plan, which tells me that even though the GOP might be winning legislatively in this, they're losing rhetorically, which worries me, not just for the hurdle coming up this week, but for 2018 and beyond. Although,
Gina, that's sort of always been the case. I mean, the majority of America hated this tax bill before it was even crafted, right? Before the ink even hit the paper. So, you know, it's ironic because there's so many parts of this that are going to help people who think they hate it now until they start getting a $1,400 check, even though they don't work. So we'll see what happens there. But I do think Allie's onto something with the Republican leadership. This is a win. They're going to get across the finish line. But how do they face keeping the Congress, keeping the government open?
Yeah, I mean, you make a great point, Charles. You know, things like, for example, repealing the Obamacare mandate. You know, that's something that affected 80% of the people who paid that fee, paid that fine, rather, were incomes levels below $50,000 a year. So just one little thing like that, not even to mention the GDP and the low unemployment and the high consumer confidence and all the great things that are happening in the stock market. Not even to mention all that.
Let me ask you,
the president
Gina,
is playing the long game here.
He is, but the short game is keeping the government open. And last time President Trump cut a deal with Chuck and Nancy. Will he have to go that route again, or will this be a Republican deal mostly?
You know, I don't think the president is afraid of the fight because the rules have changed under President Trump, and there's not really a scramble out there that he's afraid to take on. So even if the president does end up having to explain how it is that the Democrats continue to spend, that Obama continued to run up our national debt and continue to spend, and we're still having Amtrak train disasters like the one we're praying for all those people today, I think if he has to explain that, then he'll explain it in real terms with real people, just like he did all the way through the campaign. And Charles, I think we might be surprised how that argument could turn a little bit on what we might traditionally expect of this sort of a debate.
But Allie, the Democrats, to your point, understand the rhetoric, the polls, and that's something that's an arrow in their quiver, and that certainly they'll use that to press their issues as we go toward that Friday deadline.
Absolutely, but actually a little bit of a different perspective on that is that I actually think that Chuck and Nancy are going to allow the government to stay open, even with something like DACA on the table, simply because it gives them the tool going into 2018 to say that they fought long and hard for those illegal immigrants, those 800,000 illegal immigrant children, but Republicans were so cruel that they didn't allow them to protect them. So I think, honestly, either way, Democrats are seeing this as a win. I think the government is going to stay functioning past Friday. I don't think Democrats have enough incentives to shut it down.